what are
The top two indicators.
the top two indicators, the common traits that show up when we looked at the bottom 4% of companies, of teams, and then what are the top two indicators at the top 4%? And there's a mirror aspect of it. So I'm going to share with you what we saw. At the very bottom, this is what showed up. Should I do it in red?
Yeah.
Okay. Bottom performing teams had everyone, generally speaking, everyone is walking on eggshells.
Yeah, you know, when you feel like you have to tiptoe around people, you can't say what you're really thinking. You feel other people aren't saying what they're really thinking. It feels delicate. It feels dangerous. It feels unsafe.
And the second common trait was this: nobody is corrected. When I say nobody is corrected, generally speaking, they're either fragile or they're hostile. They'll retaliate. And what you find that's common is this: the only form of correction is a formalized write-up or an annual review, or a heavy reliance in rules and compliance. If you don't want something to happen, you try to get the organization to write a rule, right?
More policies. Right?
Policies, compliance, training programs. The idea that when someone does something that is what we call, remember NQR, not quite right, that you wouldn't correct them in real time. So on the flip side, when we looked at what were the common traits that showed up in organizations that were very successful, at the best of the best, number one was information flow. Information flow, and it occurred with speed. Information traveled so fast, it felt like a hive. You can talk about beehives, right? Or you think about Star Trek, Klingon, right? I mean, all the hive notion that information travels almost seamlessly as if they're one entity, despite the fact that different people. Information flow being very fast. And the second one, and this is subtle but important, is that almost every, sorry, oops, I wrote this wrong. Almost wrote
Bettering.
You can tell I'm like in desire of a hamburger. I almost wrote beef, but
bettering judgment. So the top two, so it's information flow and with speed. And then the second one we found is that the majority of people, and we can get into the nuances of this, but especially at the top, is training to better their judgment, right? Improving their judgment. Judgment training, judgment improvement. They're constantly training on how to improve their judgment.